Today, February 17, 2024, we return to the kitchen at the White House and recognize Vietta Garr, the woman that President Harry Truman brought in to teach the White House kitchen staff how to prepare dinner the Missouri way. Harry and Bess preferred fried chicken or turkey, with generous portions of melons and pickles, even pickled melons. With a new political administration, staff often changes, even kitchen staff. In 1945, Truman brought in Garr to replace Henrietta Nesbitt, who had cooked for the Roosevelts. Garr, a servant for the Truman family for 17 years at the time, went on to work for the family for almost 40 years total. In a sense, Garr was more than just a servant, more like a trusted member of the family. She took care of and was a companion for Bess's elderly mother, Madge Gates Wallace, and helped to raise Margaret Truman, Bess and Harry's daughter, who gifted her the nickname Petey, since she couldn't pronounce Vietta when she was little. She accompanied Margaret as a friend and companion when Margaret appeared in concert. Garr, born in 1896, grew up surrounded by female relatives who worked for white families as cooks, laundresses, and housekeepers. Her grandfather, Benjamin Garr, had worked for Bess Truman's grandfather as a houseman, so it seemed natural for her to join the household in 1928. She worked for them in Independence, Missouri, until 1943, when the Truman family spent more time in Washington, D.C., so she found a managerial job for a lunch counter in Kansas City. Then Vietta accompanied the Truman family in 1945 to Washington as a companion for Madge Wallace. While she was not the official chef for the White House kitchen, she instructed the staff in preparing baked Virginia ham, sweet potatoes, angel food cake, and steam-fried chicken, although she often prepared these for the Trumans herself. Princess Elizabeth of England, before she became queen, enjoyed Vietta's meal of Old Missouri ham, French fried potato balls, and watermelon pickles, along with lobster thermidor, at her state dinner in 1951. Like Alonzo Fields, she met many influential individuals, diplomats, statesmen, and celebrities, keeping scrapbooks filled with autographs, cards, and other bits of memorabilia. Garr was heavily involved in her church and community and was a leader in the Knights and Daughters of Tabor, a Christian benevolent society offering financial assistance and education to those in the African American community. Vietta's involvement with her church also encompassed music. She played the piano and lent her soprano voice to the church choir. Garr worked for the Trumans until the mid-1960s, when she finally retired. The Trumans, to show their appreciation for her, set up a trust fund for her with $5,200 from their estate in 1957. When Harry Truman died in 1972, the family included Vietta Garr as one of the few guests they invited to his funeral. 2 years later, when she died, Bess Truman attended her funeral at the Second Baptist Church in Independence. It was one of her last public appearances.